Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Brad.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2022 Ford Maverick. Everyone loves a good rivalry. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, Verstappen versus Hamilton, and the Leafs versus the Canadiens. There's something deep inside of us. We can't help ourselves, and we love to see two competitors go toe-to-toe to find out who's the best. And the same can be said for the small truck segment, with Hyundai and Ford both throwing their hats in the ring. Hyundai brought out the Santa Cruz, and in this corner, the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick. But my question is a truck this small worth buying? With the Ford F-Series at the top of its game, and the Ranger being still so new, some may wonder why Ford added another truck segment so quickly. But going through the Maverick, it makes you wonder if they're going after a completely different clientele altogether. The 2022 Ford Maverick comes standard with a 2.5-liter full hybrid engine paired with the CVT transmission. If you're not ready to commit to a hybrid technology, Ford also offers a 2-liter EcoBoost engine that comes with a very familiar 8-speed automatic transmission and an optional all-wheel drive system. Ensconced in Ford's unibody design, the shape might make your head tilt at first, but the look definitely grows on you. The 4-door crew cab comes in 3 different trim levels starting at an unbelievably low $25,900 price point and just going up from there. That is where Ford did really well. Their direct competitor, the Hyundai Santa Cruz, starts at an alarming $38,499. There must be a catch. Where did Ford cheap out?
With the Maverick being so new, it's subject to a lot of ridicule. You see, a lot of people think Ford cheaped out on the Maverick, and one of those reasons is because of this. The VIN number starts with a 3. That means it's made in Mexico. Now, some people assume because it's made in Mexico, it doesn't live up to Ford quality, but I think that's false for 2 reasons. First, quality control for Ford is standard across the world, whether it's made in Mexico or the United States or Canada. Second reason, I know some people who work in factories north of the border here, and quite frankly, I wouldn't trust them to build me a step stool, let alone a truck.
Another way in which people think Ford maybe cheaped out on the Maverick was by not putting some form of panel behind the rear seat to cover up the exposed wires and such. Really not that big of a deal because you can always do this. Now, one thing I will mention, Ford did not make cruise control standard on the Maverick. Another thing, there's no connectivity for your passengers in the back to charge their phones and such. Cheap? Not necessarily, just not the trim level that I would choose. But what about the interior?
Ford must have taken a night class on storage because the recurring motif of the Maverick is storage. Everywhere you look, there is somewhere to put something. I mean, this thing has more places to put things than my car has places at all. Interior design makes it very interesting no matter where you look. With many different shapes and trim pieces creating the interior, Ford has managed to create a space that is actually interesting and extremely practical. Add to that features like a standard 8-inch display screen that gives you Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth, a 4.2-inch instrument cluster with an upgradable 6.5-inch on the XLT and Lariat, 2 USB ports giving a Type A and C option, Ford Connect Pass with an optional power moonroof and 400 watts inverter. Now, this is the XL model, otherwise known as the base model. But as we have said before, no two Fords are alike. And this particular model, it happens to come with something called Ford's Co-Pilot 360, which gives you auto high beam, braking assist, and rear camera. Now, of course, that comes with an extra $750, which in my mind, well, that should be standard. But if you want other options like towing capacity, for $750, you can get up to 4,000 pounds of towing. Other features you can get on the Maverick are an upgraded sound system, wireless charging, heated steering wheel, remote start, and other optional driving aids. But the back seats are the real interior test. Now, with a truck this size, it's easy to assume that there'll be no space in the back, but here I am sitting comfortably in the back seat with plenty of headroom, legroom, and I'm 6'1". No, you're not. Okay, well, I'm 5'10", basically the same.
Now, the back of the Maverick isn't anything overly special. With the amount of space you get in the back seat, it leaves sort of a smaller box, about 4.5 feet long. But what Ford did that's really neat, on the walls of the box, they've added little divots and crevices where you can put pieces of wood to make your own space and dividers yourself. That's really neat. But it does not have what the Santa Cruz has, a trunk in the back. But what it does have, I think is even better. It has one of these. A bottle opener. Now, we wouldn't be doing our jobs properly if we didn't give this thing a test. So, Brad, did you bring the cooler?
I sure did, and I packed it myself, Jared.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let's try this thing out. Give me a bottle of something. What's this?
Yeah, Smirnoff Ice, your favorite.
It's not my favorite. I've never had one of these in my life.
You said you love coolers. I packed it for you.
No, hold on. What else do you got in here? Hold on. More Smirnoff? White peach,
Look
rose?
at this. Look at this.
Lemon? You brought a juice box. That's not going to do anything. After arguing over Brad's sorry excuse for a beverage, it was time to take the Maverick for a drive. Now, Brad.
Yeah.
I have hid something in this car, and to keep with the Ford theme, it's a Ford dinky car truck. And I've only used the space allotted to me, so it's nothing crazy. I've hid it
in the back seat.
Not in the back seat with all this unique storage. I just want you to, to see how much there is. So see when you find it.
It goes way back here, but I don't think it's back there. This would be an obvious. Not in there. I don't. There's a lot of little cubby holes here. Well, this seems obvious. Not in there.
Well, and it's reachable.
Huh. I feel like I have opened every door available to me. What?
I don't think you've hit it. You just ought to have me on a wild goose chase here.
No, I have. It's yellow. It's a Ford F-350.
Oh! Hey!
See?
Okay.
Storage
right
everywhere.
Here. All right. He wasn't lying.
I wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying.
But that's your Ford F-350, yellow.
Wow.
So there you go.
Oh, it's warm in here. I'm gonna take off my hat.
You better take that hat off. As a matter of fact, here, I'm gonna open the window. Why don't you just chuck it out?
Oh, get out! Oh, this is high quality.
Oh, that's
high quality hat.
Something
right
high
there.
involved in purchasing.
Let's get to the car here.
Absolutely.
Here.
Yep.
Right. I do say what I like about the interior, it feels pretty basic to me in here, but I love that you get the 8-inch infotainment system display screen, even though we're at the basic trim level, right? And I mean, again, you're looking at this, that is nothing fancy at all. I don't really understand this space here, but I think what they're relying on is people are going to use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, right? I think that's what they're banking on, basically.
It's nothing groundbreaking. It's not, it's a bit choppy. It's not fantastic.
Yeah.
It does your, basic job, radio and whatnot, backup camera. But yeah, I think that's what Ford is kind of gunning for, because most people who have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto will use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But going with that theme, they also put a nice little spot here for your cell phone. Now it's not, again, not so much for me, but it's more for the passenger.
Okay.
Just a nice little spot to place your cell phone.
Ah, so that it's connected and...
No, not connected, just sits there.
Just sits there.
But even if I don't want to connect here and I just want to see my maps, it's still easily
You know
viewed
what?
and such.
I do appreciate that, because in my car, this might not come as a surprise to you,
Right.
but there's nowhere handy to put my phone, and if I put it in the dash, the map will flip upside down.
Ah.
It's kind of annoying, so I kind of want to let me test that out, actually. See, that is nice. That
Yeah,
is nice.
Not bad.
And that's easy to follow. If I have my maps on there, that's pretty good. I'm guessing I'm not getting charged right now.
You are not
That
getting
does
charged
not come
there,
with the
no.
base model. Yeah, fair enough.
But now keep in mind, this is the base model. So
Right.
even the outside wheels, the ones on this car are not the ones that come standard with it. The ones that come standard with the this series of this trim level, it's the steel wheel, not very nice looking. So the owner of this car decided they want different rims, which they added. They also tinted the windows and put a little tint strip here as well. So some nice small little things they did just to make it look a little nicer.
let's get right at it. The small truck market, I guess. How does this compare to the Santa Cruz?
Well, it's different. It's a lot different. So this has better fuel economy.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's a lot cheaper, and I mean a lot cheaper. It starts at $25,900. To put it into perspective, that's almost $1,500 more than a base model Honda Civic. That is a steal. Unfortunately, that base model is also going to give you the hybrid engine. So if you're not so keen on that, then it's not really $25,900. But this thing is doing very well. As a matter of fact, now that it's out, it's selling more than the Santa Cruz is.
Really? Okay.
First month they had 4,100 orders. And on a car like this, and a segment like this, that's so new, that is pretty impressive.
Now, this is the genius of Ford because, like it or not, the pickup truck, it lives in a man's world. Statistically speaking, 90% of pickup owners are men. And some may tout this as a badge of honor, but this is actually a real lost opportunity in terms of marketing because there are actually more licensed female drivers than male.
And here's the genius of the Maverick, because over a quarter of Maverick drivers are females between the ages of 18 and 35. And Ford knows that the Maverick is the perfect gateway into the pickup world. With the F-Series, the Ranger, and now the Maverick, buying a Ford pickup truck will be a lot like Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
That's what Ford is hoping for with the new Maverick. They want to expand their horizons because they don't believe pickups should just be for men or people like us who are barely men. They want the pickup truck to be for everyone. All right, we're in the car. You're gonna get into the small truck segment. What do you go with? Do you go with this or do you go with the Santa Cruz?
Both are great trucks, don't get me wrong. There's, they each have their own little things, but there's something about Ford that I've always liked. From their roots to the story, the Model T, the Mustang is my favorite car of all time. And they know how to race. There's just something about Ford. Hyundai hasn't been in my life that long. I don't have enough memories with Hyundai. So I have to say, if I was to pick up a pickup like this, I would have to go with the Ford Maverick. What about you?
Well, I gotta be honest, I love to see car manufacturers going this way. I think the big size pickup truck, again, I don't love it. So this is kind of a nice happy medium to me. Between this and the Santa Cruz, I'll tell you, the price point is really, geez, it's hard to justify an extra, say, $10,000 for, God, it's kind of similar space in the back, similar stuff there, but I gotta give the edge to the Santa Cruz. I like what they did by giving it a bit of a unique look. This feels very like basic level pickup truck. So if I had an extra $10,000 kicking around, I think I'd probably go with Santa Cruz, but it's gonna be hard to justify that when you can get into this for the price of a Civic, basically, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the other thing I like about the small pickup truck, because let's face it, you and I were driving, this big pickup truck cuts us off. Our first reaction, well, that guy's a prick.
Yes.
That guy,
Yes.
he's,
Yes.
nobody
Don't like it.
No, nobody likes that guy. This car cuts you off. Oh, must have made a mistake. Maybe he didn't
More
see me there.
gracious. So like,
Maybe.
hey, he's not that guy.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
not trying to overcompensate for something.
Absolutely not. This truck gets away with more,
I think you're probably right because size-wise, weight-wise, is this what? Probably SUV sort of comparable?
I would say it's, like a small SUV,
Small
definitely.
SUV, right? So we're in a different size category. So yeah, I think I'm more gracious with it. And I'm even more gracious with the Santa Cruz because it looks kind of interesting to me.
It does look interesting. Hyundai is taking, again, those risks on design and such, and angles and corners, and they're doing a good job. This is unique in and of itself. It's just from a different angle.
Ooh, if I'm going to take a risk on this as the family car, what's it going to be like in the back seat? The back seat in the Santa Cruz gave me pause. I would say this also gives me a little pause. I don't know if it's going to work, but I like that they're trying. I just could maybe use a few more inches. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean, but
oh, really? Really? Well, I walked into that one, didn't I?
Yeah. This reminds me when I was a kid, I would go on an annual camping trip, and this one guy, Fred, he had a blue truck. It was a Ford. I don't even know what it was. It was a small Ranger. And it had those seats in the back that didn't face forward. They faced to the side.
Yes.
Those were the absolute worst. But Again, these are Ford memories that I can put, there's a Ranger right there, that I can put up with.
You know, I remember going up to Georgian Bay with my friend, and I was in, that's like a 3-4 hour ride, in one of those seats. We were facing the side. We were just little kids. They stuffed us in there. That wasn't very fun.
It's brutal. So, again, this is the base trim model that we're looking at. There's not a lot to look at, but however, if you go up to the Lariat or the XLT, it does certainly look nicer. It's going to give you more features. You can build this thing up. You can make it expensive. You can add a whole bunch of stuff. Again, no two Fords are really the same.
Right.
You can bundle this and bundle that, which I think is great. It kind of makes it your own, and you don't have to take everything that they throw at you.
Okay.
You can more or less pick and choose, and I like that about Ford. I like that about this truck as well.
So is it less trim levels and more just here's basic, here's the things you can add on for certain prices?
It's trim levels, and then you can add these packages on it. It's packages.
Gotcha.
Not every manufacturer does that, and I always go back to Honda, because Honda seems to be doing things always different.
Right.
And theirs is, this is your LX trim. Well, what's it come with? This. Can I change anything? No. This is your EX.
Right.
And this is your EXL or Touring and what have
Yes.
you. Where Ford is more, here's your car. Oh, you want 4 doors, not 3. Okay, this is your 4-door. This is you want all 4 tires, great. You want 2 tires? No problem, we can do that too. It's a lot different in that sense. So I have my dial here. I can go from park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then I have my fan speed, which I can go from low speed to high speed. Today, on a few occasions while driving this car, I have actually done this to put the car into drive. So, Brad, I know you've said before you don't like this dial. I can see where you're coming from.
Well, I don't like this dial. Now, where's the volume knob? There's too many, it's confusing.
Ah, the volume knob is the one that says volume on it.
See, the little one.
The little one.
Yeah.
There's another little
thing not to like.
Oh. Well, it's cheap, but it's not cheap. It looks interesting, and you can mix and match it any way you like. It's the perfect pickup for someone who's always wanted one, but could never afford one. And Ford knows how to do a pickup right. So the question is it worth buying a pickup truck this small? Absolutely. Just don't make them any smaller, otherwise I might not be able to review them anymore. And with that, I give the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick my hood slap of approval.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.